Hi everyone, I'm Needlecraft Danny and I'm here for flosstube number 46. This is a review of my 24 hours of cross stitch, and then I have my normal whip updates, and I have a short planned section because starting tomorrow my arbitrary August is going to start. I did a whole video on that and uploaded it yesterday. So if you're interested what exactly I'm going to do, I'm going to direct you to that video. And that means starting tomorrow, I'm going to start vlog and update that once a week, every Saturday. So yeah, therefore this one is kind of short regarding plans because I'm not having any exactly. Okay, but let's get started with my 24 hours of cross stitch. I decided to do team sleep, so I decided to shoot for 24 hours of cross stitching in a 48 hours time period. I managed to do that with 5 minutes to spare. It got super close. I started on Friday and intended on 7 hours on Friday. Instead, I did only 6. And then on Saturday I did 12 hours, and on Sunday again 6 hours of cross stitching. So I kind of split it up kind of good on the weekend, but I would have liked to get some more stitching done on Saturday and actually on Friday to have a more relaxed Sunday and maybe get even some more hours in than my 24. But well, it's been 24. I managed my goal. I did the 24 in 48, so I'm good with that. Yeah, let's do a recap. What I did. So I started, as I told you, I started with a full coverage piece, and I decided to go with Supersize Max Color Once Upon a Fairy Tale. The artwork is by Amy Stewart and charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. Thereafter, I will input all the pictures. Every hour I took a picture of my progress. I will insert those afterwards, and then I'm going to show you the project. So here are the pictures. As you may have seen, I did 4 hours on this one and finished the diagonal I had started. When I reached the bottom of the diagonal, I would have liked to stop stitching on it, but I had like 7 or 8 minutes left of the 4th hour and decided to go ahead, just put some stitches in, and I think I did exactly 50 over here, so have a good start on my next diagonal. The needleminder is from Lakeside Needlecraft, and it's a Happy New Year because this one was my New Year new start. It's stitched on a 40 count 1/110 stitch, and as you can see, those stitches are tiny. But I'm really happy. Especially those blocks where I'm transitioning from the sky into the building. It's super confetti heavy. Also, those branches are super confetti heavy. It's a max color piece, so I think 239 colors in the whole thing. Yeah, that's a lot of colors, but I'm happy with how it turns out. So far, so good. So those were my first 4 hours. Afterwards, I wanted to have some bigger holes on my fabric, and I decided to go with a 32 count, but stitched 2/2. So I did 2 hours on Royal Games number 1 by Mirabilia. That's that one. So as I said, Friday evening 2 hours, and on Saturday I stitched on this one again for another 2 hours. So I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. And you have already seen the pictures of the 4 hours of progress during 24 hours of cross stitch. And I had some night shifts, so I made some more progress than during the 24 hours. And that's where I'm at with that one right now. As I said, it's a 32 count linen in white opalescent and stitched 2/2. So technically it's a 16 count, and I was fine with stitching it after the 40. So I finished the Queen of Hearts. All the beads are done. There were a lot of beads missing in here, in her wristbands, and down here in the sleeve. And then I did this black line separating the two queens. I had some black left on my needles, so I did that one over here. And then I started with the Queen of Spades in that sleeve over here. Because I finished that part that's touching the border, I decided to backstitch the border with one length of thread, and that's where I'm at right now. So Queen of Hearts is done, and she looks so good. So now Queen of Spades has to be stitched. Okay, that's Royal Games number 1. Next, it was Saturday morning. It was a full coverage day. So on full coverage days during July, I did Christmas in July, and I stitched every day half an hour on the Tiny Stockings Ornaments, a kit by Bazilla. Because I decided to go with progress for 1 hour every day, I decided on my 2 days during 24 hours of cross stitch, I'm going to stitch 1 hour every day on this one. So I stitched 1 hour Saturday morning and 1 hour on Sunday morning. I'm going to show you a picture of what it looked like last time you saw it, and the progress pictures over here. So during the 2 hours of my 24 hours of cross stitch, I finished this one. I think I had, after the second hour, there was a little bit of backstitching missing, and I think I did 5 or 10 more minutes. No, a few French knots were missing, and I did 5 or 10 more minutes to actually finish the design. But I decided to not count those 5 or 10 minutes. I don't even know anymore, because they don't fit in my 1 hour progress scheme. So yeah, that's that one. Those are tiny pieces of 14 count Aida stitched 2/1. I think 4 inches high, 3.5 inches wide. On this one, there are a lot of French knots over here, those red dots, and on this blanket, the horse is having all around a lot of those French knots that I don't like. Oh, and up here in the border, there are a few. Those were pretty wonky, like really, really bad. Down here, and those red ones, I got some practice, and I actually did them kind of good, and I'm happy with those. They look really good. Yeah, so that's that one. And then I had some more days left with my 30 minutes every day, and I went ahead and with the next piece, and that's that one. I showed a picture of what it looked like last time here. And this is where I'm at with that one. This was not in my 24 hours of cross stitch, but I decided to just show you everything I did on every whip when I show you with the 24 hours of cross stitch, because I'm not pulling every whip out later again in the video. So yeah, those are my candles. I have a little bit of this bright green down here and up here left, and I think down here. And then I'm done with all the cross stitches, but there's a lot of backstitch still missing. And July is over. Yesterday I stitched on it. Today is a non-full coverage stitching day, so I'm not stitching on this one. Which means this one stays like that until I need it as travel stitching, or it comes up during arbitrary August. Yeah, or maybe until Christmas. You'll see. Yeah, so those are my candles. And that's that one. So Saturday again, it was a full coverage stitching day, so I took out full coverage project and I decided to go with 4 seasons. I have an Enough Designs piece. Artwork is by Yaka, and I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here, as well as the progress pictures. So this is where I got to. The needleminder is from Danka Designs, and this one is stitched on a 25 count even weave 1/1 4 crosses. I decided to go in 20 by 20 blocks over the whole length of the project and then move into the next row of 20 stitches. So yeah, I'm happy with that one and how this one turned out. And yeah, that's where I got to. Looking really good, but kind of confetti heavy in here, so it took some time. Not as long as the Once Upon a Fairy Tale one took. On this one, on 4 seasons, I did 6 hours. So in those 6 hours, I think I did a little bit over 700 stitches. It takes a lot of time. But in comparison, on the Once Upon a Fairy Tale, I stitched 4 hours and did a little bit more than 500 stitches. So yeah, they take quite some time, those confetti heavy projects. So here is my 4 seasons one, and happy with that one. Okay, then then I stitched on Royal Games, and then I decided to go with my Grimm's Fairy Tale cell. So technically my treble stitching, but I was quite sure that I would not get everything done during July, so I decided to do at least 1 hour during my 24 hours of cross stitch. So that's what I did. That's what it's going to look like when it's done, at least the 7 parts that are already released. Tomorrow, part number 8 is going to be released, and I think part number 8 is below here. So yeah, looking forward to that tomorrow. I show you a picture of what it looked like last time and the progress picture because I only did 1 hour on that. So, as I said a few times already, 1 hour during my 24 hours of cross stitch. I think I had 2 more treble stitching days thereafter at work and did some progress there. And I did not get finished with the July part during July. So yesterday I had a night shift and decided to take this project with me and just finish the July part up. So that's what I did, and here it is all done. The needleminder is from Just to Heavenly. This one is a 16 count Ada by Pictures Plus in the colorway Jade. And down here is my part number 7. I actually changed the position of the fish. I put it 1 row down and 1 row to the left because it was like smashed into the throne and I did not like that. So I moved it and now I'm really happy with how it looks. I did some mistakes in the house here. It's bigger than it's supposed to be, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, so that's my part number 7, all cut up. And as I said before, tomorrow is going to be part number 8 is going to be released. So if it gets caught during arbitrary August, I can actually stitch on it or take it as treble stitching like I always do. Okay, then I pulled out a project during my 24 hours of cross stitch. I had not touched, I think, till October last year. So nearly a year not stitching on that one. And it needed some attention. So I stitched on it on Saturday evening and again on Sunday shortly before my 24 hours or my 48 hours ran out. So 4 hours in progress on Twisted Band Sampler by Northern Expressions Needlework. Ignore this part over here. I took it with me to night shift and my water bottle ran out. Luckily, only on the pattern. I can still read everything. just a cover picture that looks a bit strange now, but that's how it is, and it doesn't matter. I'm up here in that part, so we don't have to look down there. As before, I show you what it looked like before and my progress pictures, and then I show you again. So this is where I'm at right now. This one is stitched on a 32 count white opalescent linen. The needleminder is from Denka Designs, and I'm stitching 1/2 with the called for dinky dies. That's where I'm at. As you might see, there's not a whole lot of progress since the last picture of my 24 hours of cross stitch. As I said, I took it with me to night shift to stitch some more on it, and I realized I forgot my threads. I had everything with me except for the threads, and that meant I just finished off the thread still on my needle and packed it away because I could not do anything more. So, yay! But here it is right now. I have a good start. I know how the specialty stitches work, so I could take it with me as treble stitching. And so the first half of band number 4 is done. There are 3 different specialty stitches in here. I think ray stitches, rice stitches, and scallop stitches. In the first color I have done them, so now I have to do them all again in the second color, and I have just started with that. So now I know how those stitches work. Band number 5 will be a cross stitch band again, so I could easily take this one with me for treble stitching. I would only need 1 or 2 colors, so that would work perfectly. But first, I have other priorities. Yeah, so that's that one. But I'm happy that I have pulled it out again. As I said, I did not stitch on it for nearly a year, so it was nice to get some progress in and find back my love for the project, because I really do like it, and so it was nice to stitch someone. Okay, 3 hours of my 24 hours of cross stitch are still missing. Those 3 hours I spent with Dragon Dancer. It's a Heaven and Earth Designs, and the artwork is by Anne Stokes. I show you a picture of what it looked like before and my progress pictures here. And this is where that one's at. This is stitched on a 32 count Spiger linen, I think, 2/110 stitch. I'm presently working on page number 12 down here, and that's where this one is. As I said before, on the Once Upon a Fairy Tale, I needed like 4 hours for 500 stitches. 4 Seasons needed 6 hours for 700 stitches. Yeah, this one, 3 hours for I think 650 stitches. That's a difference. There are not a whole lot of colors, and on this one I take 1 color on my needle, 1 length of thread on my needle, and finish that thread wherever it goes on the page, or even feather into the next pages. So that's a faster method of stitching, but in confetti heavy places I don't like stitching like that because I miss stitches even with pattern keeper. So yeah, for this one, for this project, that's perfectly fine, and that's where I'm at. Happy with that one, really happy with that one. And I have forgotten all about my frogging experience with it, so I'm fine with stitching on it again. So yeah, that's that one. The needleminder is from Denka Designs. Forgot to say that. Okay, that's Dragon Dancer. So that's everything for my 24 hours of cross stitch, 24 and 48. I'm super happy this time I did it. As I told you, I think in my last video, I tried it once before and failed completely. So I'm happy that I managed to do that. On Sunday, after those 24 hours, I did not stitch anymore. My 48-hour period ended at 4 p.m. And that's been it with stitching for that day. I've been reading, I watched some TV. I just did not stitch anymore because that's been enough for a weekend. But the next day I pulled out another project I had not stitched on for some time and wanted to get some more progress into. So the next 3 days I spent with Norwegian Ship Under Sail. It's the small edition and it's from Golden Kite. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. And I show you a picture of what it looked like last time here. So last time I worked on this one, I had started this page down here because I wanted to finish a stitch goal, and I think I did 250 stitches in this column. So this time I finished this column and then finished another one. And I would have loved to stitch some more on this one, but it takes longer because it's a paper pattern. So I just decided to switch projects, which I then didn't do and just did not stitch at all. But yeah, super happy with how this one is turning out. It's only boring background and blurry background, but nevertheless, it looks really good and I can't wait to get into the ship. I looked at my pattern for a bit. This page is actually only background except for the farthest right bottom page, or bottom few stitches. I think 4 or 5 stitches. I'm exactly at half of the pattern with finishing this page, and the last 4 or 5 stitches on this page are in this flag. So yeah, only background above and left of it, so not super funny, but I can't wait to get to this flag. That's kind of an exciting point of the pattern. And the page below that one will then start with the water. So yeah, looking forward to that one. Not going to manage during this year. I did the math, approximately. When I have finished this page, I will start page number 3 up here, and I will do 300 or 400 stitches in that page until I have met my year-end goal. So yeah, that's exciting, kind of. Yeah, that's Norwegian Ship Under Sail, and that's actually the last project I worked on. Oh, the needleminder is from Denka Designs, and this one is an 18 count antique white Ada, and I'm stitching 2 over 1 full crosses. So yeah, here it goes. Which then means I showed you all my whips. Now for plans. Today, it's already 5:30 in the afternoon. It's super late and I have not yet stitched, except for I think 10 minutes travel stitching. So not a lot of stitching today. Today is a non-full coverage stitching day. So I want to do 30 minutes on Cinderella Rags to Riches by John Elliott Designs. It's my only John Elliott. I started it this year. I have technically met my year-end goal, but I want to give it one more half an hour to actually do some more progress. This is where I'm at right now. It's stitched on a 28 count cashel linen in the colorway Fog by Pictureless Plus. This one in here is all Kranich, and that's where I'm going to continue for half an hour until this one is packed away till the end of the year. So yeah, that's Cinderella Rags to Riches. That's going to be one of the projects I'm going to stitch on today, as I said, for half an hour, and then it's going away. Which means tomorrow in the morning, I'm going to show you, well, I'm going to film what I did in this half an hour today. Then I'm going to show you what I did on the next project I'm going to stitch on today, which is Temperature Garden by Stitching Mommy. I have to get up to date on this one, or I want to get up to date on this one. And this is where I'm at right now. So I'm going to continue July, nearly finishing July. There will be one flower petal missing because of today. I wait till midnight till I write down the temperature and till I allow myself to stitch it. So that's not going to be stitched today. But yeah, that's that one. It's on a 28 count even weave, 1/1 full crosses, and the needle minder is from Lakeside Needlecraft. There we go. So those two I'm going to show you tomorrow, or I'm going to film tomorrow morning what I did on those. And then I'm going to spin my wheel what my project for the day will be. Tomorrow is a non-full coverage stitching day, which means I'm only going to stitch on non-full coverage. Even though I'm really behind on my year-end goal, and it would be nice to get some more progress and to stitch some more on full coverage to, well, get a bit more closer, or get a bit closer to my year-end goal or to my stitch goal. But I'm going to go with completely non-full coverage tomorrow. As I told you in my arbitrary August plans video, if a project gets pulled where I have reached my year-end goal, or where I'm up to date, like with Temperature Garden, I'm going to spin again. And yeah, so I'm really excited to see what I'm going to spin for tomorrow morning. There are a few projects I can't wait to get stitching on, so it would be nice if it's one of those. But yeah, we're going to see. And now I'm going to end this video, start editing, and hopefully upload soon so that I can start with my plans for today and be ready tomorrow. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. I hope it was not too much all over the place. I hope you kind of saw what I did during my 24 hours of cross stitch. And yeah, I hope you have a wonderful time. And my next video, hopefully, when everything works out the way I want it to be, will be uploaded on Saturday and will be a vlog. Kind of excited to do that. So yeah, see you next time. Bye!